Jessica folded her student loan bill into a paper airplane and watched it fly past the exhaust fan on the roof of the dormitory building. $56,000. The number echoed in the musty attic, more suffocating than the thunderstorm outside the window. The cryptocurrency trading interface on the laptop screen glowed coldly, illuminating the formula written in marker on the inside of her wrist. 0.038 BTC approximately equals tuition difference. The sound of pulleys rubbing against the floor came from the corridor, and her 3 roommates were pushing the 8th mining machine in. The machine shell was covered with an insulation layer modified from a Starbucks takeout bag, and Irene placed a plastic bucket filled with rainwater next to the overheated hose. The Chicago Exchange's futures premium has reached 28%. The Master of Economics pulled off the hot USB drive. If we can get 3 verification nodes together before Thursday. This is the dampest attic on Cornell University's East Campus, and it is also the only blockchain laboratory in the United States that uses laundry room circuits for mining. Jessica clicked on the email from the Student Loan Service Center. The words credit default in the collection notice flickered in the lightning. Her finger hovered above the transfer now button. In her account lay 0.42 ethers that she had just mined last night. Don't be stupid. Xiaolan, her Chinese roommate, grabbed the mouse. His faded mint t-shirt was printed with proof of work. These are enough to buy 3 months of anti-epileptic drugs. He pointed to the medicine refrigerator under the bed, your mother's medical bills. The mining machine suddenly beeped collectively. News pushes exploded on 4 screens at the same time. The Federal Reserve will include student loans in the blockchain regulatory pilot. Jessica grabbed the thermometer in the instant coffee can and found that the hash value curve of the now 3 mining machine was exactly the same as the compound interest calculation formula in the loan contract. Someone is using our computing power to run the student loan securitization model. The rhythm of raindrops hitting the skylight was getting faster and faster. Irene called up the hidden smart contract layer, and the yellow code was crawling with earthworm-like additional terms. Look at this nested loop. Her red manicure scratched across 17 layers of recursive functions. They are using delayed graduation rates as collateral to generate synthetic debt derivatives. The moment the attic door was knocked open by the strong wind, the student loan company's work permit flashed in the lightning. The man in a suit and leather shoes walked over the puddles, and his crocodile leather shoes accurately avoided the cables on the ground. An admirable sideline. He bent down to check the mining machine number, but according to Article 38 of the loan contract, self-generated income needs to be filed in advance. Jessica felt a numbness in the back of her neck. She remembered that on the day of signing the contract, the electronic signature box on the tablet flashed with an abnormal data stream. Xiaolan suddenly pulled out the main power cord, and the moment the backup lighting came on, everyone saw the logo printed on the inside of the mining machine shell. It was the blockchain subsidiary of the loan company. You use students' anxiety as fuel. Irene inserted the thermometer into the gap of the server, and the mercury column rose rapidly as the machine was overloaded, packaging student loans into computing power futures. The man took out a cold mobile hard drive from his briefcase. Why don't we talk about cooperation? Your team's zero-knowledge proof protocol can just solve our audit transparency problem. His gold cufflinks flashed a cold light. Of course, it can be converted into loan reduction. The heavy rain drowned the hum of the mining machine. Jessica touched the encrypted USB flash drive in her pocket, which contained the drug traceability chain they developed for epilepsy patients. Xiaolan tore open the new anti-epileptic drug packaging while coughing, and the batch number on the aluminum foil paper turned into a blockchain address under the blue light scan. Do you know why Satoshi Nakamoto set the creation block time in 2009? She pressed the forced shutdown button, and all the screens went out instantly. That year, my father lost his pacemaker because of subprime loans. When the debt collector's scream sounded with short-circuit sparks, for students were using acetone to raise the tracking chip on the mining machine. When the morning light penetrated the clouds, the new drug chain completed its first cross-school verification. The electronic signatures of 300 student creditors burned on the distributed ledger and turned into encrypted file for the medical data block. At the graduation ceremony, Jessica wore a pearl necklace sent by her mother, which was embedded with a nanochip containing a debt destruction certificate. In the audience, Xiaolan debugged the neural interface device of the drug chain, and Irene showed the real-time traceability data to FDA officials. Behind the rostrum, the loan company's advertising screen suddenly jumped to a blockchain browser, and every erased debt bloomed into a miracle tree of redemption on the chain. We used to think that blockchain was a rope to escape. Jessica raised her graduation cap with a USB stick hanging on it, until we discovered that true decentralization is to allow every desperate hash to find a verification node. Amidst the endless applause, 400 medical servers were started simultaneously around the world, creating an unalterable credit record for every burdened soul. And the heaviest debt will eventually be dissolved into free hexadecimal code in the distributed consensus.